What happened was.
Hey friends, it's so nice to see you. It's today, the time is now. You are here and the weather is outside your window.
Today's guest is the one and only Elijah Knoll, aka American Teeth, and he's my cousin. My cousin.
Yes, you're in Maine.
I'm in Maine. I'm like a half hour from where you grew up.
That's so cool.
You're in California.
Yes, across the entire country. How's your new production going?
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. We've done 17 shows so far, and we have 15 left. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So exciting. And you're in Ogunquit?
Ogunquit, yeah. Did you spend time here growing up?
I think I only went to Ogunquit one time.
Okay.
To my recollection.
Gotcha.
And it was probably for a show. Is it the Playhouse? Like the Playhouse?
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's probably why I was there.
And you grew up in South Portland.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah. Crazy. So we're like the two funky music kids in our family.
That's true.
Which is cool.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to catch up. I guess I was doing an opera in LA, and we caught up, and I watched you film some stuff on top of a mountain, and awesome. And then just to watch how your career has really exploded the past like 5 years. You got a record deal and signed, and you're like doing music videos all over the world. And your mom told me yesterday that you have a song in a Peloton commercial right now.
Yeah, that's like been like probably the most widespread that any song I've done has gone, which is so funny, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's major. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I was just reminded actually when you were bringing up the LA thing, that's when I was just about to move to LA. So that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. But even before that, we hung out in Chicago, and I lived in Chicago when you were in Adam's Family.
Yeah. We were doing our out of town tryout. We hung out, and you were like, you had a gig playing at a restaurant, right, for a long time in Chicago? Yeah.
So we've caught each other in many different eras throughout our journeys.
But what's really cool is lately I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna be in LA, and you're like, oh, I'm across the world shooting a music video. And like, hey, I see you're in New York, and you're like,
and you're in LA or something.
LA, yeah. But it's good. I'm glad you're busy. I'm glad you're a hit and things are happening, and I just love to see what you've been putting out, and your music is incredible. Always been a fan. So
thanks, Zach. Yeah, likewise.
Thanks.
I'm curious. So tell me a little. Sorry.
Someday we got to do something together.
I know.
Well,
do you think we'll ever end up in the same city that we?
Yeah, for sure. We will.
I hope so.
Yeah, but I got some background I didn't know about you hanging out with your mom yesterday, and that, like, I didn't know you had open heart surgery when you were 15.
Oh yeah.
Incredible. And then I open up TikTok today, and I see you talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah.
You've had quite a life.
Yeah, it's been an interesting path, but I like to see that as character building.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's like taking
not to diminish any of the shittiness of it, but I choose to frame it in a way of like, and I think a lot of people do it with their hardships. It's like, try to get some some pride out of like having been through things, and
Yeah.
I know you've had a tough journey along the way as well in different ways. So
Yeah. One, I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't mention, something that I've always known about you, which is you lost your dad when you were really young. And and I see that coming into your lyrics and music.
Love to be loved, but I hate life. Saw my dad die, it was too soon. Mama says I know he would've loved you. Now I just drive cause I have to. Looking up, I see him through the sunroof. Yeah. There's some days I don't wanna be alive, but I realize it's too late to die.
it's really profound. It always catches me off guard, and I like gasp and get, you know, teary. And it's like, yeah, that's an incredibly defining moment in your childhood. And then a couple of years after, to have open heart surgery, it's like, dude.
Yeah.
And you get a break.
Yeah.
But now you're catching a break right now, right?
I'm catching my break now, right? Yeah. And that is why we stick with it, right? That's like,
that's why we
can
stick with it,
probably
yeah.
attest to that.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know if you're like this, but when I'm at my lowest, I turn to music and it lifts me. And it not only lifts me, it just is there with me. And that's, yeah, I feel the most with music. And that's been my whole life. I'm sure you're similar.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. It's the it's the crutch when I feel like I've got nothing else, for sure.
Oh yeah, but what a gift.
Yeah.
So how did you talk to me? I know a lot of the story, but like, tell the viewers here, how did you go from playing in a restaurant in Chicago to who you are now and the success you have?
Well, I basically did the cover gig stuff at steakhouses and weddings and various corporate events for probably 5 years or so,
and that's like
in Chicago, and then
basically
playing covers of popular songs. And you know, I know every single song that you would hear at a wedding, like by heart. Maybe not anymore, but I did, which is funny. And then I came out to LA, and I was doing a similar thing. Was lucky enough to have that kind of transfer over to LA, so I could start to relocate and start collaborating, you know, with other people during the day, and then I would go play the gigs at night and stuff like that. And then I got an opportunity at one point a couple of years ago where I was offered a job to be a creative director for this you know, teenage band from Finland.
All right.
Like a friend of a friend was managing them, and they were trying to put together a whole, wanted a music video photo shoot. I had like helped out a little bit on the music with my friend who's a producer, and then wanted styling and everything. So I basically like had already kind of I have a bunch of friends in all of those realms out here at that point, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna round up my favorites and get the right people together, and basically like put them together an entire like press kit for them to go to labels and go around and pitch to labels and stuff out in Finland. So I got enough of basically got paid just enough to like call my cover gig and say, hey, I'm good, and knew that I'd be totally good for a couple months on rent and stuff. And it was like, cool, if I'm good for a couple months, this is my chance, this is my out. So I did it slightly hesitantly, but like, just like, I'm going to jump off the cliff and hope the net appears. And in my experience in the past, the net has always appeared. So I just kind of held on to that belief. And the next week, after I made that call to the agency that I wasn't going to do the cover gig, my manager told me that I was being offered a publishing deal from Universal Music Group and a record deal from Fearless. So both came, like, this was mid-March, right as the pandemic settled in.
Yeah. No, I remember your post about it. You're like, this is a really weird time to share good news, but I have to share this. And yes.
And that got me through the whole pandemic. So
wow.
So now
you've remained really creative during the pandemic, though. I mean, you've put out a lot of stuff and a lot of content, and you know, I see you on TikTok, and you know, you keep it up. And
that was all of that is my way of was my way of keeping sane somewhat. Trying to.
We have to. I mean, it's like you have to find an audience when we can't gather live. So I mean, I was doing the same thing. It was just like, okay.
Whatever. You made a record too, right?
5.
Made a record.
Yeah, 5 now.
5.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I learned how to do it, and I was like, all right, let's do another.
That's so cool, dude. Yeah. I remember I saw you release some stuff. I was like,
yeah. But you know, it's different because I'm not, you know, a lot of what I was putting out at first is like Broadway stuff and opera stuff, and then I started getting more experimental. But you know, I don't.
Oh.
I mean, how long do you take to put out an album? Like how long is that process start to finish?
Well, the one that I'm putting out at the end of the month is about 2 years of music probably.
Yeah, there you go.
But that was like, you know, selecting 12 out of the 100 something that I wrote over the past 2 years, you know. So it's kind of like and some of those ones that I didn't put on the record, I think I'm like sending around to other artists and stuff too, you know,
awesome.
to try to if it wasn't right for the project. So
will you put out a B-sides? You get some,
I don't know. Maybe I like definitely could. I'm considering maybe doing like a little side project with another friend or something potentially.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, but cool. I'm putting most of my effort into this one.
And you love LA.
Yeah, it's been great to me so far. So I have no qualms. I definitely like to take breaks and try to get out when I can, and remind myself that there is a whole world outside of this bubble.
Yeah, for sure.
It's easy to get kind of like stuck in the fog here, but it's definitely been fun. You know, I've been enjoying like collaborating with a lot of people, and there's always something to do, and so I'm loving it so far.
Yeah. Are there people in your life, or you know, you yourself, do you look back at you as a kid and think like, whoa, how did I get into this life? Now I'm in LA, like making it. Like, how did this happen?
I have moments
from Maine.
Yeah, I definitely have those moments. I've had a lot of those moments recently where I'm just like sitting in a room with somebody that I like would hear on the radio all the time in high school or something, and just be like, we are sitting in the room together in the studio talking about other people that I think are legends and have just made these insane careers already. It's just like casually hanging out in a studio. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like if I had told myself that, I would be freaking the fuck out.
Right.
You know? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I've had those experiences as well. It's pretty,
I'm sure.
Pretty wild. Yeah. But,
surreal, right? You can just kind of like, it's one of those things where you kind of just, you're in it and you're not really thinking much of it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, whoa. And you have a moment and then you're like, okay, go back, be cool.
Be present, be cool. Yeah, because you have to also see everyone else as a colleague, as a collaborator, as a peer at a certain point. Yeah. Like you got to be like, all right, I was a fan, I looked up to them, and now we're peers, and maybe they can learn from me.
Now we should make something great. Yeah, and I'm sure they are, learning.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I can't wait.
We always
hear your next album. Can't wait to see what's next. I'm sure you got a lot of stuff cooking. And ask you some silly questions.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Zodiac sign.
Gemini.
Favorite ice cream.
Strawberry.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite season.
Fall.
Fall where? In Maine or LA?
New England, yeah.
New England fall.
Winter in LA. In LA.
For sure. All right, you can have a weekend away with 3 people who have ever lived. Anyone?
Oh, wait, 3 people who what?
Anyone who's ever lived. 3 people.
Oh, wow. Bob Marley. Wow, why is this so difficult for me? Bob Marley. I'm trying not to make them all musicians. That's why.
You can. It doesn't have to be balanced. You can totally have all musicians.
Maybe Elon Musk. I know that's weird, only because I love tech stuff and futuristic stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Gandhi.
All right. I love it.
Yeah.
That would be a very fascinating experience.
Yeah.
All right, here's another tough one. You can only listen to one singer for the rest of your life. Who is it?
Bob Marley.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
He made 2.
Yeah. All right, this is the last question. It's a biggie. What's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is to have fun and be in the moment.
Yep. Amen. Love it.
Yep.
Cool. Well, great catching up with you, and can't wait to see what you got coming up next.
Yes, likewise. I'm excited to see how your how everything unfolds for you. I wish I could see you in Maine. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I'll find you. I'll see you in LA or New York or something. Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. All right, bud. Take care.
All right, man. Love you, dude.
Love you. Bye.
Peace.
We're still messed up, but we're all okay. Still messed up, but we're all okay.
That's all for today's episode. Puppies and rainbows till we meet again.